Hi guys, Kirk and Jay and family here. Today I'm going to show you guys some one-coat products. What we're doing here is a fellow laughed this himself, and he had it inspected by the city, and he called me and said, Kirk, can you go ahead and do the cement work? And the answer to that is, of course. If you guys want to lath any of your work and have us do the cement work, hey, we're good with that. This finish here is kind of tough to do, but nothing we can't handle. What I'm doing here is, I was looking, he sent me an email, by the way. It was on my computer, and I could see these corners right there. You see those radiuses? And I noticed he didn't have corners here. And I said, that's cool. Leave the corners off. Let me do those, because the radius is there. Take an arch aid. This is corner aid, but they sell arch aid, and since I forgot mine, I'm doing it by hand the old-fashioned way. But that's not what we're here to show you guys. I'm just doing this because I can. You cut the corner aid and you just make arches. It takes a little bit of practice, but that's how we used to do it. So I'm going to arch aid this top one over here. But I'll point out a couple things, and you folks always call me and ask me this. The nails, he used regular nails. He didn't use furring nails, but you don't need furring nails because the wire is self-furred. That means it's pushed away from the wall a quarter inch. How do I could see it by putting my finger in back of these guys. It looks like it's tight, but it's not. Here's another thing, guys. People say to me, hey, we got to put a drip screed here. If it's existing work, it's drip screeds were actually code in 75. We didn't even start using them until 1980. So he got away without having to put a drip screed. You put a drip screed and it kind of makes the house look funky unless it's the entire house. But I want to show you how we apply these, but first I want to show you, we're going to use a rapid set today. What is rapid set? Rapid set's an Eisenwall product. Now, can you see this, Carl? Rapid set, a certification. That's about 15 years old. Now, you don't need a certificate anymore because Home Depot and Lowe's sells all these products, but you should really require a certificate, and I'll tell you why. If you overmix these products, there's Rapid Set, there's BMI, there's a lot of products, and if you overmix them, you compromise the integrity of the strength. Back 25 years ago, I had this from La Havre Wall, and people say, oh, that Western reinforced fibered mesh La Havre Wall and Western, Omega, they say, oh, that was garbage. I say, it wasn't the material that was garbage. It was people applying it that weren't as good as they should be, because technically, when we get to that stage, I'll show you. There are some materials you apply same day. You put the scratch coat on. Then you follow up with the brown coat. And there's some materials like BMI where you put the scratch and brown same time, or the what, because you want them compacted, where you don't want to play with them. You put them on, you just derby them, and you leave them alone. You mess with the packs. But this particular product we're using today, this Eisenwall Rapid Set, it's got a lot of do's and don'ts. Of course, Lou, we've been mixing this stuff he's been mixing with me for 30 years. He knows all of the do's and don'ts. So I don't recommend any homeowners use this particular product because you can't overmix it, guys. That is so important. I'm probably going to miss a lot of little tips, but you do your scratch coat, then you apply the brown coat, derby it, and I'm going to put my finish in there, and I'm going to float it to match those little marks. But again, when we get to that stage, I'm going to knock this top out first, and then when I get to this stage here, I'll show you how I do it. So you guys might want to skip ahead if you want to just see how we do this particular finish. It's a back-to-back system. Could I go one solid inch? I could. Could we put, say, coat after coat after coat till we reach 6 inches thick? Why would anybody want to go 6 inches thick? I've done it. I've done foundations where I'm going 6 inches thick, coat after coat after coat after coat, not one fat coat, guys. Anyway, when we get to that stage, I'll show you one last tip, guys. This fella did the breakout here. Cement won't adhere to dust. You see all this dust here? This is what we do. We get rid of the dust. By the way, the guy did a nice lath job, but we get rid of the dust. Because if you leave that dust and try to stucco over it, what'll happen? It'll crack like an egg because it has nothing to grip to. Generally, I don't use other people's hoses, but I thought, man, you got so much crap on this hose, we could use it. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and take it down to here, and then we'll show you what I'm talking about with these Eisenwall rapid sets. And again, guys, I don't recommend homeowners use it unless you got some time in, because it does require experience. Otherwise, you'll have a nightmare on your hands. I prefer, if you homeowners do this, or I suggest that you guys use Portland cement, do a scratch coat, come back 48 hours later, 2 days, and do your brown coat, and then put your texture in the mud. I'll show you how we do that when we get to that stage. Okay guys, I'm going to show you another thing. I'm not at the point where I said the whole video is about, because there's so many different things that I see that need to be done. Okay, like we were saying earlier, I was pulling it apart. You take your hammer, guys, and pull it out. That's what we've been doing. We've been pulling it out because it's a little too tight. Why is it a little bit too tight? Because this is 1.5 inches. I couldn't see that on video or email, but now that I'm here, I see it. I took a corner aid and I stepped on it. I put it right here because this is 2.5 inches thick. This is about 1.5 inches. Here's what I'll do on here. Now notice, this is one batch of mud here. This is the first batch Lou mixed. And Lou might not be able to use a camera and do videos, but damn, he can show mix mud all day long. Somebody called me yesterday and said, dude, your video sucks. And I emailed him back and said, man, that's my second video I ever did, like 4 years ago. Plus Lou was holding the camera. Lou might be blind in one eye and can't see out the other, but he can mix all day long. Anyway, let's show you guys a few other things. Like say, we're going over here. What I'll do is I'll do all my edges first, because these are thick right here. Now, good thing I'm using this particular stucco same day material, a lot thicker than I originally thought, because you can't judge it on an email, but I can sure see it now. A couple other things too, guys. I was showing you caulking. When you apply caulking, you can use that latex, acrylic, silicone stuff, but I highly recommend you go with polyurethane caulking. Do not skimp with caulking. I mean, some caulkings only last about 10 years, while polyurethanes, man, those last 30, 40 years, let alone when you put stucco over it, they're sealed forever. I'll show you another thing. You see this pile right here, car, point to that? Okay guys, we're doing 2 coats, but generally a coat is 3/8. I'm going over 1/2 inch per coat. Why? Because the stucco is a lot thicker than I thought. So just to prove a point to you guys, I took a scratcher. When I was union, we'd just run down the walls, we'd pump it back and forth, and I put the red tape on it so that it would be consistent. The tape would knock off the clinkers. Why didn't I do it around there? Because we're putting patterns on in a few minutes. Why don't I recommend you homeowners do this? Because even us guys with time in have some issues. Now, okay, we're going 1.5 inches, and plus I still got to put these little pancakes and float it. But if you folks who don't know how to use this material get started, my whole mixer, we did a whole mixer, I figured I'd be done. I put 2 bags of retardant in it. That gives me an extra hour, hour and a half. So you got to know how to use this stuff. So again, guys, I'm not recommending you use this. I'm just showing you how to use it. I'm recommending you guys use straight Portland plaster, 2 coats. Okay guys, back. What we did is we popped some little half circles on here, and now what I'm doing is water floating it. Just taking the water and float it. And can you do this with regular cement? No, no, no. Anyhow, we are hustling. We're trying to fight the sun. That's why I don't recommend a lot of people use this product, because if I'm having issues now, nothing we can't handle, but running out, everything is getting hard. I got 1.5 minutes, he says, so I'll leave it with my buddy. He called me and says, hey Kirk, asked me some questions that I was answering. He said, Kirk, I'm working with hot mud. Come on man, hurry up. So that's where we're at right now. We're out of time with that card, and I'll just show it to you. Show that top piece, Carl, please. All these is little bumps right here, guys, but this is real thick. It's about 1.5 to 2 in some spots. Anyway, my name is Kirk. I'm with Kirk Giordano Plastering. We thank you for watching, and as usual, we'll see you guys on the next one. Once again, folks, we thank you for watching, and I really enjoy all your comments.
If you guys like this video, please click the like button down below, and also if you enjoy what we do, subscribe to our channel so we can keep making these videos for you.
My name is Kirk.
And Jay.
We thank you for watching, and from the entire Giordano family, we'll see you on the next one.